Hello and welcome to Truth Be Told. I am your host, Rosalind Levy of Levy & Associates with Keller Williams Chesapeake. On this episode, we're going to be joined with Nekeia Border, an independent business owner of ACN. What is ACN, you ask? You're about to find out. Hi, welcome to Truth Be Told. I am sitting here with Nekeia Borders. Welcome.
Thank you.
So today we're going to be talking about what is ACN. So can you explain a little bit about your company?
Well, primarily, I have a LLC, and the ACN is one of my partnership companies underneath that LLC.
Okay.
I'm an independent business owner with the company, and what they do is provide essential services primarily for residential homeowners, but we also have services that can be tied into business owners as well. Anything from home security or automation, payment processing for people with businesses that run credit cards for their business, internet, telephone, cell phones, wireless, and everything. So.
Okay. So what you're saying, instead of going directly through the services like Cox or ADT or something like that, they can come to you.
And that's exactly what it is. It's not some made up company. We partner with other big box brands and vendors that you are familiar with. Some of them are such as AT&T,
Okay.
DirecTV, Sphere is the payment processing, Spectrum for cable and internet services, Frontier. And for some of the other energy, we even have partnerships with some of the energy companies, but they vary by state. For Virginia specifically, it's Columbia Gas.
Okay.
And then for some of the other states, for example, California, Maryland, that sometimes combine their energy and their electric. Mm-hmm. Some of them, we offer energy plans as well for them where they can reduce their cost on their energy bills too and have savings as well. So that's some of those big companies that you commonly know that instead of going directly to them, we have them under the ACN umbrella.
Okay, so what benefits would they actually get from going through you versus directly to that company?
As opposed to going directly to like Best Buy, for example, we have a partnership with Best Buy for the wireless, and we also have our wireless company on the Sprint or Verizon network. As opposed to going directly to them, because we are partners with them and we have them under that umbrella, we're able to offer a lot of those services in different packages at a reduced rate. Okay. That you wouldn't necessarily be offered going directly into that store or calling Spectrum or calling DirecTV or Dish directly.
So the benefits are discounts.
Yes, discounts and better package offerings.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. So how were you introduced to ACN?
I'd gone to and a training that was about investments and everything. And this particular seminar that I'd gone to was about real estate investments. Okay. And I talked to some other people that I met there that were somewhat tying both ACN into their real estate ventures. Mm-hmm. And so they were looking at that as a way to do both, because a lot of their prospective home buyers were using the services from ACN as part of their new home purchase. So when they were telling me about that, I'd gone to some of their presentations and just looking at everything that they offered, because things that ACN does offer are services that everyone uses every day. Okay. Someone swipes a debit card every day. Someone turns on their TV every day. Yes, I don't know a person in the world now that does not have a mobile phone. Right. So those are the things that we use all the time. So I was like, okay, for me, even though ACN started out as American Communications Network, is really like a complete no-brainer, because those are all the things that everyone uses on a regular every day.
So it sounds like something I actually need to look into.
It
could be a one-stop shop for me, with me being a realtor, and actually introducing all of those items to my clients.
Absolutely. Because especially with home security, if they're looking at cable or internet, all of those things, we have those things under one complete package that we could offer to a prospective home buyer, as well as someone even that has their own business that wants to have savings in their business as well.
So what you're saying is it's not limited to prospective home buyers only?
Not at all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So how would the companies benefit from it?
Business owners, particularly ones that I've talked to the most, have been like restaurant owners, especially in the Hampton Roads area, because in my immediate area, those that are serviced by Columbia Gas, then of course they can definitely save on their energy bills, their energy costs. If they're cooking all day, then by all means you're running gas all day long. So for those that are on Columbia Gas for Virginia specifically, then they could. But any business owner, because we've been in business since 1993. So this is not just local to Hampton Roads, but anybody that would just contacted me either through my website or through my phone number, I could get them on the phone and set up these services as well. But the business owners, in addition to the energy, they could also save if they wanted to do security and automation, have cameras for extra security on their established businesses. And then with the payment processing, we partner with Sphere. And so if they're, even for that, that's a really good promotion that we have for business owners, because if they're looking to save on their merchant payment processing, who's ever servicing them now, just for us to take a look at them and just to see if we can save them on how much they're being charged monthly or however they're being billed for their payment processing. If they just give us the opportunity to try to see if we can save them money, even if we can't meet or beat what they're currently paying, then they get a $250 gift card. So that's something that, hey, just for giving us the opportunity to try to serve you, then we'll still give you something for giving us your time. So that's a good service for them as well.
Okay. So you mentioned Sphere quite a few times. What is Sphere?
Sphere is the payment processing company, and that's as opposed to, I know some businesses use maybe Square, or I'm not really familiar with a lot of the merchant companies, because I know they have like different names that they go under for their umbrellas. But for the people that are using debit cards on a regular, and the majority of their customers are processing payments through debit cards or credit cards, then that's our partnership is with the Sphere company, and we would bill them the same, but just try to save them money on how they're using those services, because there are some businesses, you'll go into some businesses and see those signs that say you have to make a minimum purchase of $10, or they won't swipe your card, otherwise it has to be cash. So those businesses that 9 times out of 10 they're being charged too much.
Like that's a nail shop.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 they're being charged too much, and that's why they have to have a minimum payment. They have to be a minimum amount that they're going to swipe before they even use it, because they're paying every time those cards are being run in their establishments.
Okay, so how can people interested in enrolling into your services, how can they contact you, or how can they become a partner?
If they were interested in the business, as with any company or franchise or any type of opportunity, you would have to make a small investment. But they could contact me directly. I have a website. They could even if they just look at the website and like what they see, they could directly enroll without even talking to me. I'd be gratefully appreciative of that. But but even if not, if they want more information, they could definitely give me a call. Send me an email, or go directly to the website. It's not a secret. It's not a hidden company. So if there's anything that they have questions about, I'm definitely available to talk to them about it and let them know the benefits to the company.
So is it more like building a team or something when they contact you, or how does that work? With us being independent business owners, we can build teams, or you just establish your commissions, your commissions as far as building your team, or just taking care of yourself through acquiring customers, because that's the main facet of ACN, is just acquiring the customers to try the services. Okay. So can you tell me your personal success stories being an IBO or ANC?
My
ACN?
biggest success, or the thing that was most, I guess, rewarding for me was when I started. Within my first maybe 2 months of being with the company, I was able to get customer qualified and but even with that, outside of getting customer qualified, the biggest success for me was being able to help my family in terms of saving money on their bills. If anybody knows because one of my biggest customers was my father, and if anybody knows my dad, he is a stickler about money, and he had a million questions, and he was like, okay, what are you doing, what is this, and because he had kept going on about how his electricity bill was really ridiculous, and he was telling me what he was paying. I was like, oh my God. So we talked about it, and after I answered his 1,000,001 questions, because I totally get people being skeptical, but when I showed him what it is, the difference and what his current rate was that he was paying versus what the energy costs were under ACN with our company, Zoom Energy. When he looked at it and it all made sense to him, he enrolled, and like the very next month, he was telling anybody that would listen that his electricity bill was like cut in half. So it's not necessarily so much for me as how many people have been signing up. I mean, I want people to try the services, but the fact that people are actually seeing results and they are saving money, that's more than anything for me, because nobody wants to waste money. So if I'm saving you money and I'm helping and you're actually seeing a difference, then that means more to me than just, okay, you being skeptical or not knowing, and then or feeling like or I don't want anybody to feel, I guess, unsure or to feel like they're being hustled, because there's actually results from it. So that's been a plus for me.
Okay, so being that your father is a stickler, and you say there was a small fee, can you kind of like go over the fees?
Well, it really depends on what service they're getting, because if you're doing energy, then your energy costs are going to vary. So I mean, and that's not me being secretive or being vague about it. It really depends on what the service is. If you're looking for internet or if you're looking for wireless, we have different packages. It just depending on which network you're on, because Sprint is going to be different from Verizon as far as we're under Flash Wireless, but we're on the Sprint and Verizon network. So it just really depends on which package you get, which cell phone you get. We've got some high-tech phones out there. So it just depends on what it is that you're looking for that fits your budget. Same thing with the security and automation. Some people want cameras inside and outside. Some people just want them on the outside. Some people just want the doorbell camera. So it just depends on how you customize your various packages, which will determine as far as what your overall cost would be. But that is just dependent on you as a customer and what's best for you as an individual.
Okay. And I've been knowing you for a short period of time, but I also know that you have a second business, which is credit repair. Can you talk about that a little bit?
That is also something that I was from talking to people like you, realtors, and talking to and other business owners. That was the biggest thing. I know a while back, I'd had some issues with credit, and that's what got me introduced to that. One of my best friends was telling me about this program as well, and I had some things that I needed to straighten out. I'd made the mistake of co-signing for somebody, and I needed to fix that. So when I did that, I took advantage of that, and at the same time, I was able to help others with that as well. Because I know because that's a tricky subject. A lot of people, that's personal to them. So I totally get it when it comes to people not being open about their credit score. But with regard to that, because people want to make those big purchases, people do have goals of wanting to get a new car or wanting to get a new home. I just ask them what their goals are with that as well. And I have a website for that as well, to just help people to establish their credit. The thing with that, true enough, it can be done on your own, but with this particular program, the benefit to it is that many times there's a team of lawyers and accountants that are on staff that they keep you involved in the loops. Because it's not just repairing credit. They help you with budgeting. They help you with managing your finances. For people that are agents that help with credit repair, they have the opportunities for you to establish a will and a trust. So it just depends on, again, what your goals are. There's no contract with that particular service. It's you get the results that you want, you get the things removed and get the things taken care of that are reflecting negatively on your report. And when you get those results, you can cancel at any time, no hard feelings. You stay on as long as you want to get, but we do tell a lot of people we recommend that they stay on with utilize the service for at least 6 months, just to make sure that the creditors have the time, the top 3 bureaus have the time to respond to whatever it is that you're disputing.
Thank you, Nekeia Borders, for joining me today on Truth Be Told, and thank you guys out there for watching.